So today is May 17th, 2012, and I am, as of today, about 7 weeks out from Team Universe, and I am really excited to be making my debut on the national level as a women's physique competitor. My transition into the women's physique division has been such an incredible ride so far. I feel so much like I've made the right decision for me. Figure was really getting really hard as far as for me to be able to fully display my body, to be able to really work out and truly train, and to get out there and find success at least on the national level. So I'm really excited right now to be making the switch and to be doing very well at that decision. So after the Emerald Cup, I really took a step back and looked at my physique, and I looked at the comparison photos from that show so I can decide kind of where I wanted to take things and how I was going to bring things to the next level for myself. And what I realized is that, although I have a really great shape and structure, a lot of that's genetics and the rest of that is hard training, I really had to bring it in tighter, and I really had to bring it in nice and lean. So the last couple of weeks of my prep have been just about that. I'm really happy with my size and my shape. I love the shape of my body. It's strong, it's feminine, it's muscular, but it has a softness to it as well. So for me, the biggest focus has been just really trying to bring in the conditioning. Some of the changes I've made in my plan have actually been pretty minor. In order for me to get to the degree of leanness I had for my first two shows, I did a lot of carb cycling. I was putting in weekly refeeds and stuff like that as well, doing some high intensity type of training. And now that I'm at a point whereas I've already stepped on stage and I'm already fairly lean, I've actually scaled some of that back a little bit. My training is more, it switches between doing a couple of weeks of just a traditional full body split. So, one day I'll be working chest, next day I'll be working back, shoulders, bis and tris, and et cetera. But then, a couple of weeks I'll lay off of that and I'll introduce more metabolic kind of work and circuit training. It just really depends on how I'm looking and how my body is responding as I go along in my program. Now, I mentioned cardio, and with my cardio has actually changed quite a bit from the last prep that I had for the last two shows. Whereas I wasn't doing as much, I was doing some more on the side of sprints or some high intensity interval training, HIIT training, and I would probably do about maybe 20 minutes of steady state cardio here and there in order for me to bring my legs in. And my upper body, like most women, comes in without a problem, but the legs have to come in, and they're always the last to come in. and it's gonna take some coaxing in order to get them to go. So this last prep, I decided to go ahead and switch up my cardio a little bit. So I've been doing more. Now I don't go crazy. You know, some days I will mix in some steady state cardio for anywhere between 30 to 40 minutes. And a few days during the week, I do a combination of things. So I'll begin my workout with like a 5-minute warm up. And then I'll hit a couple of intervals for 10 minutes, 1 minute on, 1 minute off, at a moderate high intensity kind of pace. Then I'll go off after that. I'll do about maybe 20 or 30 minutes of steady state cardio, and then I'm done. Some other days I'll do more of a double-ended interval thing. So I'll start off with some high intensity interval training for about 5 minutes. And the interval for that will be about 15 seconds at like my highest intensity I can possibly get, to the point where I feel like I'm gonna die on the machine. And then I'll take about 45 seconds to rest, and I'll cycle through that for about 5 minutes. Then I'll go ahead and do some steady state work, and that steady state work can range anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes depending on, you know, the duration that I want to go for my cardio for that day. And then I'll finish off on the back end with 1 minute on, 1 minute off sprints for about 10 minutes. So it's really about no more than about 45 minutes per session for me with my cardio, and I don't do it every day. I do my cardio anywhere between about 4 days a week for right now, and the rest of it is just diet. So, and it's been really working for me. I've also introduced yohimbine HCl to my supplementation list, and if you want to find out more information on that, just Google. There's a lot of stuff out there on yohimbine. And I feel like it's really been helping me to mobilize the stubborn fat areas on my body, as far as, you know, getting it off the thighs, getting it out of the glutes, and, you know, even on my abs and everything like that. So I'm really happy. You know, I haven't had to make any major crazy adjustments, just little minor things to get the body in motion, and just gentle coaxing, and just a lot of listening to what's going on and letting that dictate my next move. Diet-wise, things haven't been too extreme. I'm actually keeping more carbs in my plan at the moment, just because it's sort of really helping me to stay full as I'm trying to drop fat. On my training days, my carbs stay probably around 150 grams per day. And on my non-training days, I scale my carbs way back, so I'm eating maybe about half that, so anywhere between 75 to 90 grams for the rest days, but my fats are really high to kind of compensate for the loss in calories. And I'm finding that it's really helping me to maintain size and not lose too much muscle, as I am going harder and heavier, especially on the cardio end of things, to bring things leaner. So I'm happy about those adjustments. I'm not doing as many refeeds just because I don't feel like right now it's necessary for me. I've been going the last about almost 3.5 weeks right now with this kind of plan, and I feel strong, and I have a lot of energy, and I'm not feeling depleted. So the urgency to refeed just hasn't been there. So I haven't been having my epic refeeds weekly, but one is definitely going to be due pretty soon. I have, however, been including weekly cheats, so I'll have a cheat meal on either Saturday or Sunday or whatever, and you know, I try to make those fun. My last cheat meal, I had some Cheesecake Factory cheesecake. I love cheesecake. You guys know I love cheesecake. So it was like a banana cream cheesecake, and I also had an apple pie from McDonald's. Shh, it was yummy. But other than that, things have been going really well. And I'm really looking forward to being back on the East Coast and being back on that same stage that I had my first ever national level show, where I completely bombed that show. But anyway, we won't talk about that. But I plan on making up for that and having an even better showing. aside from all of that, I cut my hair, so I'm donning my natural curls, and you know, I was just tired of kind of straightening it, and it had gotten pretty long, and I was just, you know, not wanting to straighten it anymore. So I just decided to cut off all my relaxed ends and just go with my tiny fro here. I've been growing my hair out actually for about a good, I don't know, like 6 months before I even cut it. So yeah, I love it. I love it. And you know, I've been contemplating whether or not I want to step on stage with my natural hair, because the judges tend to like longer hair on girls. They tend to like, you know, soft waves and curls and all other stuff, which is wonderful. But I mean, let's be honest, this is what's growing out of my hair, okay? I mean, it's curly, but it's not, they're not waves like, you know, cascading waves and stuff like that. I don't have that hair type. I can buy that hair type, and you know, it's not a problem, and I don't have a problem with that. But you know, there's just there's something that goes for being yourself and being an individual and standing out, and you know, and how you choose to stand out. And if one thing that makes me stand out is just by me being me with my natural hair, as long as it looks great on stage, and you know, obviously it doesn't harden my look. That's another issue with short hair for a lot of women, is that it hardens their look. And you know, for me, it softens my look, and it gives me a very natural, you know, beauty kind of thing, if I can say that myself. But you know, so I don't think for me it may not be such a problem. And hey, it may be just a part of my look and the package that I bring completely to the stage, and as you know, me representing myself. So no matter what, you know, I'm gonna rock what I got. So I will see you guys next time, and I hope you're all doing well. Bye.